Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the success strategist, bringing you week 23 of WealthWise 2025 series. As always, I'm thrilled to be guiding you through another transformational conversation, one that's essential not just for your finances, but for your future as well. Last week, we stretched our vision out to a 100+ year life, exploring how to build sustainable, long range wealth across multiple life phases. This week, we pivot toward the here and now, those high impact, high stakes decisions that have the power to either compound your wealth or quietly drain it away. Yes, we're talking about financial foresight. So let's be honest. Most of us have made at least one decision that felt right in the moment, only to realize 6 months later that it came with unexpected cost. We bought too quickly, invested prematurely, scaled too soon, or pivoted too late. The goal today isn't to eliminate all risks. That's simply infeasible, but it is to build a smarter, calmer, more conscious way of evaluating opportunity because clarity is currency. And in an environment where entrepreneurs are bombarded with advice, ads, and algorithms, your ability to pause and make empowered decisions is one of your most valuable assets. So, what is financial foresight? Well, we can begin with a definition that we'll build out on throughout this session. It's really the skill of making well informed, intentional decisions that serve both your short term needs and long term vision. It combines strategy, emotional intelligence, risk awareness, and personal values. And while it may sound abstract, it's highly practical. Financial foresight helps you say yes to aligned investments, say no to shiny distractions, say maybe while you gather more data, clarity, or capacity. And it's not reserved for millionaires or MBA grads. It's a learnable, trainable skill set that entrepreneurs and solopreneurs must develop to grow with peace and power. So, what are the 5 principles of financial foresight? Let's walk through them so that you can start applying them right now. The first is sometimes we have to slow down to be able to speed up. In today's hyper connected world, it's easy to feel like decisions need to happen immediately, but that urgency is often manufactured by some other party. So for us, the first step of creating muscle in the area of financial foresight is creating space between a stimulus and our response. Before signing a contract, ask yourself, what's the rush? Is there additional cost associated with it? Can I really think and ponder, review, ask an expert before rushing in to sign a contract? Before investing in that new platform, you can ask, is this solving a real problem or is it feeding my fear of missing out? Sometimes just giving yourself 24 to 72 hours of breathing room can be the difference between expansion and regret. Pro tip is to use a decision holding space journal. Every time you feel the urge to act quickly and potentially rashly, write it down and then set a stopwatch and revisit it 2 to 3 days later. Track how often your instincts shift with time. What did you save yourself with regard to pain, and or what did you lose out on in the gain? You'll get a better understanding of yourself, your preferences, and your decision-making gut method. Second, use a personalized decision matrix. Every entrepreneur needs a values-aligned decision tool. A simple way to do this is to score options from 1 to 5 across categories such as this: strategic alignment with your business vision, revenue or impact potential, time and energy investment, risk tolerance, joy or fulfillment quotient. This turns your gut feelings into measurable insights. Try this. Print your decision matrix. Keep it with you at your desk or in your laptop bag or somewhere where you always have access to it. Make it your pause and evaluate checkpoint before any big commitments are made. Train yourself, build your muscle, and see how you're able to get larger gains. Scenario map out all of your outcomes. Entrepreneurs often get so excited about best case scenarios that we forget to map out the rest of the road. Financial foresight means you examine best case. What if everything goes right? What's the most likely outcome? If this goes sideways, what will it cost? And can I recover? This isn't about being pessimistic, it's about being prepared. A well-mapped downside is less scary than an unexpected one. Example, before taking on a new big project, ask yourself, if this takes double the time or makes half the income, will it still be worth it? Build a personal financial advisory circle. You don't have to go it alone. Too many entrepreneurs operate in silos, especially solopreneurs. You need your financial brain trust, a few key advisors who can help you challenge assumptions, spot blind spots, and refine your strategy. This circle might include a certified financial planner, a tax-savvy accountant, a mentor or mastermind group, a spiritual or values-based advisor. Think of it like assembling your Avenger team. You're still the hero, but every hero needs a wise guide or 2 or 3. Check for hidden costs, time, energy, and reputation. When evaluating any opportunity, ask, what else comes with this? Beyond the pure dollars and cents, consider, how much time will this consume weekly? Will this energize me or drain me? What will this signal to clients, partners, or competitors? Foresight is recognizing that profit at the expense of peace isn't worth it. A real-world example of a scalable shift includes a high-performing consultant who built a 6-figure business helping startups navigate growth. When venture capital came calling, they were offered a funding deal that would scale their operations, open international markets, and give them a team of 10 in less than a year. Exciting? Absolutely. Smart? Not necessarily. They stepped back and ran the numbers, and they looked at values, flexibility and autonomy, vision, location independence, and low stress, exit plan, retiring early to write full time. The deal checked the box for growth, but none for peace, none for alignment, and none for joy. He turned it down and instead scaled his IP, building digital courses, licensing tools, and creating scalable assets that did align with his specific and real definition of success. The decision wasn't sexy, but it was smart for him. So, big questions for big decisions. We need to use prompts when we're facing a tough choice, like, What long-term goal does this decision ultimately, or this opportunity ultimately support? What goal might it sabotage? Is this motivated by alignment or anxiety? Is the decision being made because there's inspiration or because you're tired? And lastly, what is it that you do really want? Is this opportunity getting you closer to that or just distracting you away? In order to help you through this, you can create a values filter list. List out 5 values that currently or will in the future guide your life and your business. Every time you have a mid or big decision, decide through that filter. If it falls or fails 3 out of 5, build the muscle to walk away and walk away fast. So our challenge of the week is for you to pick one high impact decision you've made recently or are facing right now, and then walk through these steps. Pause. Give yourself reflection time for 24 to 72 hours. Use your matrix. Score your options based on what matters most to you, short term, midterm, and long term. Map out 3 outcomes: best, expected or average, and worst. Talk to 1 or 2 people. Use your advisory circle or your business buddies to weigh the pros and cons. And lastly, make sure you're taking into consideration the invisible cost. What will this cost your energy, your creativity, or even your future options? Write it down, journal what comes up, then trust yourself and take action from clarity, not chaos. So we challenge you as you move forward into this next week to revisit a past decision that did not go well. What foresight was missing? Create your values-based decision matrix and save it as a go-to tool. Identify 1 person to add to your financial advisory circle this quarter. And lastly, draft your 3-year vision. List what financial decisions support or hinder along that path. In closing, in a world driven by speed, trends, and noise, your real power lies in your ability to pause. Financial foresight is truly your secret weapon. It lets you say yes with confidence, say no with strength, and say not yet with peace. It's what separates reactive hustle from aligned wealth building. And here's the best part: the more you practice it, the better you get. You become more grounded, more visionary, and most of all, more unshakable. So here's my invitation to you. Make foresight part of your financial identity, not just what you earn, but how you decide what you earn and when will ultimately define your legacy. Join us next week for smart spending, joyful living, aligning your budget with your values. Because wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about living a life that matters and reflects who you truly are. Again, this is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the success strategist, closing out week 23 of a WealthWise 2025 series, Financial Foresight.